Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, Yashala, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Yawana representing the Warriors for Yahushua Michigan Camp. Before we start off, we want to give all praise, honor, infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kordash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well or teach well, who taught us his truth. And Ahadi Shalom to all the Akim and the Aqua tuning in. All right, now today's lesson is going into Babylon the Great, man. All right, and the rest of this world, man, you know, this place is totally going down the drain. All right, you can see the division within the people, you know, Egyptian against Egyptian, you know, American versus American. You know, you even have the China versus China, you know, it's division on all fronts. You got the dollar, you know, totally collapsing right now. You know, businesses are going bankrupt. You know, businesses are closing everywhere. On top of that, you also have gas prices surging. All right, so all this is just to show you that we're getting closer and closer to the end. You know, more sedition among men, you know, uprisings of the people. These are all signs that Yahweh Shai is on the way. All right, now Yahweh is the name of the one that you ignorantly call God. Okay, because God is just a title. All right, but Yahweh is the Lord's actually is his actual name, which means he exists. All right, and Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, who his true name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, which means he delivers, he saves. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is only coming to save the elect out of Israel, no other nation. All right, no other nation is going to be on those chariots. No other nation is going to be redeemed but the elect of Israel. All right, very soon the MOTB is going to be released, which is the Neuralink, that beast system, that beast society that Esau Edom wants to set up these, what is it, 20-minute cities or something like that, what they call them. You know, and these different agendas like Project 2025, Agenda 2030, all these are just, you know, what Esau Edom wants to do. You know, he wants to crash the dollar, he wants to bring out the MOTB, and this thing is going to be released all over the earth, not just in America. Okay, World War III is coming, Jacob's Trouble, you know, the second coming of Yahweh Shai. All these are signs to let you know that we're coming close to the end. All right, so let's get some videos. All right, so this is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, iniquity, sin upon sin. All right, people are doing whatever they want to. They're living in a do as thou will spirit. Okay, you can see, you know, a lot of these different Americans, Chinese, Japanese, Africans, you name it. All these different nations and these different people are being divided. Okay, the Lord is raising their spirits. All right, people are starting to retaliate. Scripture says there are spirits that are set up for vengeance, man. Okay, the Lord can put the spirit on you, you know, to give out that judgment. All right, what you see this Chinese dude doing that, you know, but for the most part, you know, the spiritual demon Satan is out here working, man. You know, everything is going according to Yahweh's plan. All right, very soon we're gonna come into that divide to where there's going to be civil war, race wars, gang wars, you know, division amongst the people. All right, and it's going to only get worse and worse, especially with you know, the famine, especially with you know, all these stores going bankrupt and closing. You know, things are going to heat up, man, very soon. It says, And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love is gone, man. All right, there's no more, hey, hello, neighbor, I love you, I care about you. No, now these people are going to begin to turn against one another. You know, if you're not in this truth or a part of the elect of Israel, you're going to be on that 2/3 spirit, man. You know, if you're an Israelite, you know, but these heathen nations, they don't have the law, statutes, commandments. They don't have how about Shemi, I was shy, you know, basically, you know, trying to be there for them to be like, yeah, I'm coming to save you, I'm coming to rescue you, or I'm giving you the law, statutes, and commandments. No, these nations, they do whatever they want. The so-called Chinese, they eat all type of abominations. You know, they do all type of abominable things. You know, just like these Edomites. You know, so this society is only going to get worse, man. Let's get it.
I just want to, did y'all look at the second message where I said we only have 2 cases of meeting? Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes. Y'all were getting me scared.
If you are number 1 to 15, you're guaranteed Nitos. After that, we have dumplings, but you won't get Nitos. Everybody hears? Yes. I don't want you to wait if you're just here for the Nitos. Okay, we're about to open in a little bit. Okay.
All right, now this is just people scalping. You know, this is just people, you know, going to go grab an item, you know, something that everybody want, you know, everybody desire, everybody trying to buy them up. All right, but how much more when there's no more food, when there's no more water? You know, people are going to be lining up at certain stores in a whole different position. You've seen people, you know, for the chicken, you know, at these different Popeyes or KFC. You see people at how they act, you know, over different you know, like Pokemon cards or, you know, different things like that, collectors or whatever. How much more when there's no more food, no more water, you know, when they're, you know, society has totally collapsed. Nobody's no longer going to work. Nobody's no longer going to school because the economy has totally collapsed. You know, blackouts, you know, where the power outages, you know, stores completely closing. It's going to get real grim out here, man. Let me get the scripture. All right, so this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 5. Behold, said the Lord. Ooh-wee. Matter of fact, let's get it from Revelations 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. The Lord's going to judge Babylon the Great and the rest of these heathen nations. All right. All these other places that you see around the world, they're going to be judged too as well. Babylon the Great, which is America, is the only place, according to the Bible, that's going to be totally demolished. Okay, Israel is going to be touched too, but it's going to be renewed through that fire. Okay, and there might be other places that get touched too as well, but for the most part, America, Babylon the Great, is going to be touched by nuclear warfare through the scriptures. Okay, and through the so-called UFOs. All right, the chariots of Yahweh and Yahushai. 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, all right, those nuclear missiles, World War III, famine, all right, where there's no food, no water, okay, death and destruction. These people, they're lining up for, you know, toys, cards, or needles, whatever. But very soon, watch how these people are going to act when there's no food, when there's no water, okay, when there's a shortage of goods. All right, people are no longer going to be nice and, you know, doing you know, smiling, cheese, and just hanging out, relaxing. No, it's going to be straight judgment. All right, look at this. Take this first. Okay, so literally, what's going to happen when there's only, you know, 4 things of milk out there, or 4 cartons of water, or, you know, when there's a shortage of meat, you know, and there's only a couple packages of beef up there and the store just open, you're going to see people begin to go eat, you know, running, fighting to the death. shooting each other, robbed. People are going to be getting robbed more. Okay, it's only going to be intensified. Look at this, man. It says, Second Edges 15-49, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood. A lot of women are going to lose their husbands in the future times. All right, whether that be in World War III, whether that be in famines, whether that be through riots, sedition among men. Okay, poverty. A lot of people are about to experience poverty because the dollar's crashing, inflation is high, the gas price is high, food is high, clothing is high. Okay, so it costs a lot more to live. It says sword, all right, nuclear warfare. Okay, World War III. All these things are coming, man. Whether people believe it or not, it's right around the corner. It says pestilence, all right, sicknesses, diseases. They got a new disease out. I forgot what it's called, but it just came out of Argentina. All right, it's gonna heat up, man, to waste thy houses with destruction and death for judgment, right? Because people are living totally contradictory to the scriptures, man. People doing as that do as thou will spirit. Look at this, man. Okay, imagine when there's a shortage of food, man, and water, a shortage of clothing, supplies. Our people are going to be acting in complete. They're going to lose it, man. All right. Second Esdras 16-18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. All right, we're just in the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. The power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, so the time is coming when the Lord is about to give out that judgment, man. All right, you can clearly see how these people is. Everybody's divided. Everybody's in the spirit of consume. When things begin to be more limited, you're going to see the everyday American that's calm, polite, and it's going to be an end to that, man. Our people are going to totally lose it. Right now, they're grabbing needles and Pokemon cards, but very soon they're going to be opening beef packets, fighting over meat, fighting over water packages, fighting over everyday things that you need. Okay, so right now it's over, some BS, but very soon it's going to be even worse, man. All right. Second Esdras 16-21. Behold, victuals should be so good, cheap upon earth. They should think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's what's happening, man. You seeing people running, going crazy for Pokemon cards and things like that. But they don't know that the famine is literally playing out in the back. Oil is super expensive. It costs more to fly. It costs more to drive. It costs more, for certain ships and trucks to get across. All right. This is going to bring even more to the famine. All right. Second Esdras chapter 16-22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So a lot of people are going to starve to death, man. And if you don't starve to death, you're going to be destroyed with those missiles, being shot down in the streets, at home, or just being totally destroyed, by robo dogs or drones. That's what's coming to Babylon the Great, which is America. Right now, people are completely losing it, but it's only going to heat up. Let's see.
Treat. We just need to start. The Starbucks CEO is saying that coffee is going to be $9 and it should be a little treat. We just need to stop buying these things. I'm so serious. Boycott it. They won't keep raising prices if we stop buying their crap. Make coffee at home. It's actually a lot cheaper to make it at home, obviously, but it's one thing that you can significantly save money on. And I get it. People are going to make, oh, my treat. Someone else made a video today about Taco Bell's prices. They keep raising them because people keep buying it. Someone's still supporting it and buying it. If we cut it out for a month, 2 months, 3 months, these places will struggle so bad. I saw Subway is starting to bring back $5 deals. Yes, it's a smaller sandwich, but they realize nobody wants their shitty subs. So now some of their things are $5. The Starbucks CEO is saying that.
All right, 2 Edge 16 and 34. In the wars, shall the bridegrooms be destroyed. So all these different men, they're going to be sent to World War III. And a lot of women, they're not going to have their husbands. They're not going to have their significant other, boyfriend, whatever you call it. You know, these 2/3 guys, they're going to be sent over there as well. All right, and the scripture says, if you get sent to World War III, you're going to be destroyed. You're not going to survive it. All right. And their husbands shall perish for famine. A lot of people are going to begin to die from this famine, man. You know, starvation. Why? Because, you know, like she said, the prices is hiking for food. You know, Starbucks talking about $9, you know, all this other stuff. Like she said, if you don't support these certain things, you know, they won't be able to do it. So that's how you you know, deal with Babylon the Great. You don't support things, you know, that are destroying. All right. And that's why, you know, this place is a death culture. It's just death.
Delta Airlines has announced minutes ago that we have some news right now. Despite having billions of dollars in profits, Delta Airlines has announced minutes ago that it will be ending snack and beverage services on short-haul flights under 350 miles. So, for example, if you're traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco, there will be no beverage service. There will be no snack service anymore. Comes after Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy and essentially dissolved as an entity this week. And now Delta Airlines is the next air company to essentially cut down on its services to its passengers, cutting out snacks and beverage services under 350 miles. Now, mind you, in 2024, the CEO of Delta earned over $20 million. The company itself is worth billions of dollars, earns billions of dollars in revenue each year. And now, instead of providing more services, it is actually cutting out the number of services that you should expect if you're going to be flying on a Delta short-haul flight. As always, I'll have more updates for you soon. Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have some news right now. Despite having billions of dollars in profits, Delta Airlines has announced minutes ago that it will be ending snack.
Hey, remember when Xbox tried to get rid of game ownership and had to back out because everyone was pissed off? Well, it looks like PlayStation's now trying to do that same thing too. It recently rolled out a new update that it looks like all newer games purchased on the PlayStation Store have a 30-day lifespan, in which if you are not connected to the internet, or if you just don't turn on your console, your game license can expire. Now, you can renew your license, simply by reconnecting to the internet, but it's still a massive headache and a completely stupid and unnecessary update. This just makes physical media all the more important, and you got to remember, ownership, they don't want you to have it, and it's your right to have it as the consumer. So just think about that before you go and purchase the next big AAA game on the PlayStation.
I just want to beat everybody ass right now. Who the fuck said that's okay? Who? I'm gonna kill somebody if it ain't filled. Do y'all see that shit?
A 40,000-acre data center was approved to be built in the middle of Box Elder County in Utah. Today, despite a room full of people showing up to voice their opposition, all of those people were unable to make public comment because the commissioners of Box Elder County walked out on the meeting and refused to acknowledge their presence there. Massive amounts of people are opposing this project. You know why? Because nobody wants it. Nobody wants these data centers. Nobody wants this. It's not sustainable. This is not sustainable. A 40,000-acre data center was approved to be built in the middle of Box Elder County in Utah.
Hey there, ladies. Good morning to you. That global tension is really contributing to the high gas prices that we're starting to see across the city and the state. Take a look. Right now, we're at this gas station, the Shell gas station here in Bucktown, right off of Armitage and the Kennedy, where you can see the price for a regular gallon of gas is $6.29. That's without a car wash. Even if you were to get a car wash, it's only $5.99, or not only $5.99, but it's only 30 cents cheaper. So you're not saving much there. Now, this is the reality for drivers here in Chicago is those supply concerns overseas really start to drive prices higher here at home. Now, the pain at the pump continues with gas prices climbing above $5 a gallon for gas across the city of Chicago. At some gas stations like this one here in Bucktown, prices are even higher, now hitting more than $6 a gallon. For context, the national average right now is $4.45 a gallon, but here in Illinois, drivers are paying even more, with a state average of nearly $4.93 a gallon, making it the highest in the Midwest and one of the most expensive states in the country. Analysts say it's a combination of global pressure, including tensions overseas and local refinery issues, that are driving prices even higher. And they also warn that this spike could continue in the weeks ahead. For drivers and travelers, that could.
They're building an ICE warehouse near me that may potentially disable innocent people, and I need your help to stop it. They're literally taking industrial warehouses, places that were used for things like manufacturing, chemicals, and distribution, and turning them into ICE detention sites where thousands of people will be detained. Many of these buildings contain contaminants from their previous use, which can pose a danger to humans. For example, the warehouse in Hagerstown, Maryland, right here near me, was built as a Class A warehouse, meaning it was designed for warehousing and logistics, not human beings. Placing thousands of people, including children and babies, in these cramped conditions makes the spread of illness and poor hygiene inevitable. I don't want a facility in my state that is going to create conditions for people to get sick. These types of facilities are known to contain substances such as nitrogen dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and untreated sewage. It will also affect the community at large if these sewage systems leak into nearby waterways, such as the Potomac River. ICE is actively planning to convert at least 23 of these sites nationwide, each capable of holding between 1,500 and 10,000 people at a time. But we can stop it. We have before. Just on April 15th, the warehouse being converted by ICE in Williamsport, Maryland was shut down because of these.
America is deaf culture, man. All right. Scripture said they're going to try to round you up, man. You know, they're going to be like madman sparing none. And that's what it's leading up to. All right. Not only do you see the uproars of the people, but you're seeing, you know, people completely bug the hell out. All right. You're seeing people, you know, opening these ICE warehouses, you know, and soon ICE is going to be used to gather up all you Americans, man, not just so-called Mexicans. All right. Not just so-called foreigners or, you know, I forgot what they be calling them. What they call them, immigrants or something. You know, the Lord is coming to save his elect, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord's going to deliver his people. You know, but all these other nations, they don't feel it, man, very soon. You know.
I came at 4 a.m.
It says soon people are going to be bugging out. They're going to be straight robbing people, shooting people down, taking stuff from people. Because right now it's just, you know, Pokemon cards and needles. But soon it's going to be over food, water. It's over, man. You know, it's going to be more people going crazy. More, you know, spirits of vengeance. Look at this. This is a dude coming to somebody's house with a knife, man. Just outside. You see?
After a contentious hour-long meeting, Utah's sprawling hyperscale data center is still on track.
Okay, enough! From now on, I will tell you, you continue. I have law enforcement here who will remove you from the meeting.
The three-member Box Elder County Commission voted unanimously to approve the massive campus. The commission's vote allows the Utah's Military Installation Development Authority to create the project area, where it can offer an array of incentives to Shark Tank celebrity investor Kevin O'Leary. The vote took place.
In real talk, man, these different, you know, data centers, you know, these ICE warehouses, all these different things is a part of Esau's agenda. All right, to where he could set up that Neuralink. All right, very soon, you know, right now you can make money, you know, without it being known, in the system, or without it being in the bank. You can you can have a certain life outside of social media. All right, but very soon Esau Edom is going to make society a totally digital world, okay, to where there's 24-hour surveillance everywhere you go. That MOTB is not only going to be used to have your ID or medical records or money. It's going to be also used to track you, to keep tabs on you, to be able to surveillance you. All right, so that's another reason to not take the MOTB, the Neuralink. All right, so very soon, yeah, Esau Edom is setting up these different data centers, these different bases to surveillance you. And we know what that's all coming down to. All right, look at this. Like I said, the spirits of vengeance, the Lord is setting it up. Let me get that. I read it yesterday, but I'm going to read it again today because, the Lord is getting ready to visit this place, man. Everything is already set up. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes 39 and 27. It says, all these things are for good to the godly. So the Lord, he can have, these different people that's, bugging out or crazy. These people, they could probably defend you. They could probably get you out of a sticky situation, or, something can happen where, the Lord can make it for, righteousness' sake. It says, so to the sinners, they are turned into evil, just like the Lord can also use it for evil, man. Okay, the Lord can send those evil angels to get that vengeance on you, man. The spiritual demon Satan, he works on the left-hand side of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. All right, so yeah, you're going to see more people, coming to your house, coming to the store, robbing. As long as these prices get higher, as long as people keep experiencing, that famine to where they're not able to pay their bills, it's only going to increase. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of them that made them. So literally, Yahweh has created the right hand, which is the righteous side, and the left hand, which is the evil angels. Okay, by you doing righteously, living according to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, constantly repenting, constantly calling upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yeah, you still might catch a little hell from time to time, but you're in the Lord's good graces. All right, you rather be in the Lord's good graces than, living a wicked lifestyle and you getting spiritual vengeance sent to you. So like I said, it's only going to increase, man. All right, let's get this.
Working here. This gas station behind me, regular gas is going for $5.99 a gallon, just under that $6 mark. And we know it's even higher at some Chicago gas stations.
It's not affordable.
Behind the wheel with Giovanni Suarez, a full-time rideshare driver in Chicago.
I'm probably at $400 a week. $400 a week in gas.
With average prices in Chicago up more than 62 cents a gallon in the last week, according to Gas Buddy.
I mean, many guys are making under minimum wage. It's really this week, I think. I'm feeling it.
Behind the wheel every day for at least 6 hours a day, he says it's nearly impossible to get by, even with Uber and Lyft paying drivers for mileage.
So they offer 20 cents, even 30 cents a gallon, but gas prices have gone up $2 or more per gallon.
Telling me if you use ride shares to get around the city, you'll feel it soon too, though you likely already have.
There's drivers getting off the road because it doesn't make economic sense to drive anymore.
All right, this is Proverbs 27 and 24. For riches are not forever. This society is not forever. Scripture says the inward thought is that this place will go on forever. America is going down the drain. Like Elder Apostle Gabar always says, man. All right, every single day we're getting closer and closer to the end of this society. So yeah, your riches are not forever. This dollar is going to crash. Just the Bitcoin, the stocks, all that is done for, man. This society is on its way out. You can see it in the gas prices. You can see it when the airport's saying they're not going to give out food and drinks on an airplane ride. You can see it when Spirit's closing. You can see the store closures of Rite Aid, Party City, What else closed in the past? You have so many different places. Wendy's is closing right now. All right. All these different places are key signs that this society is on its way out. All right. Yahweh Shai is about to visit this place, man. All right. It says, for riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation, which no, it doesn't. All right. Esau Edom is at the end of his rulership. Let's get that scripture. All right. And then I think it's like a couple more we can close out. But yeah, man, it says 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So Jacob, all right, our kingdom is coming next. The Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, we're going to rule over the whole earth, man. Okay, under Yahweh Shai, under the 144,000. All right. And these heathen nations, they're going to have to serve Yahweh Shai and the Israelites. You know, they're going to have to serve the elect of Israel. All right. No longer is Esau Edom going to be at the top. All right. He's going to be at the bottom where he's supposed to be. You know, the scripture says he's the basis of men. All right. Let me get this.
Left people stranded. It's that 17,000 people are now out of a job. And currently, the United States has virtually zero job growth. Since Trump has taken office, we haven't been making jobs. In fact, we've been firing people from government jobs through like Doge and like the green energy and infrastructure projects that they've been cutting. People have been losing those jobs. Electricians have been losing their jobs. Even my cat is outraged at this prospect. So it's the idea that now that 17,000 people are out of work, where are they supposed to go? And again, people are not understanding. Yes, Spirit Airlines was struggling. Yes, they got the bailout in 2022, all that stuff. But they were doing okay. What really pushed them over the edge was the war in Iran. Once the Strait of Hormuz was closed, those jet fuel prices went through the roof, and Spirit Airlines' model of keeping prices low could not compete with the price of jet fuel. It closed those profit margins way too much. But the problem is this could happen to any company. Any external factor could affect their bottom line where the profit.
It's over, man. 17,000 jobs gone. Where they gonna go? How they gonna eat? How they gonna pay their bills? How they gonna stay afloat, man? This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. The end of this society is coming, man. Okay. Oh, America hasn't ended yet. It's taking too long. Hey, even though it's taking its time, the Lord said, hey, though it tarry, wait for it. This place is going down, man. Soon our deliverance is going to be here. Soon Yahweh Shai is going to save us from these bodies. He's going to save us from our affliction. He's going to save us from these heathen nations, mainly Esau Edom. All right. He's going to deliver us from these curses, man. All right. We just got to wait for the Lord to return. All right. Let me see if I can get another one. Because, hey, man, the closer we get to the end, the faster we're going to be to that immortality. You know, the faster we're going to be to being delivered. All right. So let me get this.
So much. I mean, so much for all of us. I mean, the backbone of this country is small business, plain and simple. And the last guy in office, all we heard was that we were the evil people, we were the bad people, everything else like that. We don't pay our fair share, whatever that's supposed to be. And he made it tough. And this guy, the big beautiful bill, absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? God bless you for letting me get 100% depreciation. It really helps out. And all I can say is this is literally, I mean, I'm a history buff and I know a lot about this White House thing and everything. Literally, he's going to go down as maybe the best president ever. I love this guy.
Trash. You know, gobbling. Look at this, man.
Take a look at this video. This plane, it's coming in, landing very low, right near the turnpike. A source familiar with what happened says that plane then clipped a light pole. And then look at this dash cam video. A piece of that light pole hit a bakery truck on the highway. Oh, scary. The driver was...
hey man, judgment, and you see it, man. America's going down the drain. If a damn plane is almost hitting a damn driver, well, it hit a driver. You know what I'm saying? You know this place is going. It's the worst time to fly. It's the worst time to be on, take trips and be on vacation. Not only do the Spirit airline go, is completely gone, but you also have the fuel prices surging because of the war over there. All right, and because of the Strait of Hormuz. All right, look at this, man.
Breaking news just a few minutes ago out of Washington that the Federal Reserve has come out and said that gasoline prices will average at least $5 per gallon by June. And they said there's no way to stop this with what's happening in the economy. Buckle up. It's going to get worse.
Trying to tell you.
The standoff over the Strait of Hormuz entering a new phase.
It's a very friendly blockade.
President Trump announcing the U.S. will guide ships trapped in the critical waterway to safety at the request of unspecified third-party nations not involved.
So it's not going to stop anytime soon. This man is still doing BS over there in the Strait of Hormuz. And it just goes to show you that the prices are only going to keep surging, that places are only going to get worse and worse, man.
eBay for more than $55 billion. In a letter, the CEO says the plan is to cut
GameStop is trying to buy eBay.
and combine eBay's online.
All right, but GameStop
The lethal hantavirus has now been confirmed to also be infectious, with the WHO releasing this list of the most common symptoms and what to immediately do if infected. Quick recap: a severe outbreak of the hantavirus has occurred on a cruise ship holding around 170 passengers. It's been confirmed that at least 3 individuals have already perished, with officials barring anyone on board from disembarking out of fear of further contagion. Doctors in the World Health Organization are now warning that it is a fast-moving virus with a 38% mortality rate, and that it primarily spreads through direct contact with infected rodent droppings. But there are also cases of human-to-human transmission for specific variants of the virus found in South America, where the cruise ship originated. Currently, there is no vaccine, and infection can be hard to identify, as symptoms start out as headaches, chills, and muscle cramps that can last for a few weeks before rapidly intensifying into severe respiratory failure within days. And while immediate hospitalization may help, there is no.
So this is Luke chapter 21 and 20. This is Luke 21 and 11. A great earthquake shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. You see it, man. Matthew 24 and 7, for nation shall rise against nation. You seeing that? And kingdom against kingdom. You seeing that? And there should be famines. We're seeing those famines. Prices surging. We're seeing a limit on food and water. We're seeing oil prices surging. And pestilences. All right, pestilences. This is a new disease that they talked about. And earthquakes in diverse places. So we know that the Lord is coming, man. All right, according to that. And Walgreens is closing, well, some of them, not all of them. You got chemicals in all the damn food. This is a whole death culture, man. America, Babylon the Great. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I know that we hit a lot of different points, but man, I just wanted to make it known, like, this place is done, man. America's finished. Look at this.
Tips that they're offering, if you can, they say. So gas prices are going up, but so is airfare. And if you are looking to travel somewhere for the summer, experts say you need to book that ticket right now. Some other tips that they're offering, if you can, they say use those mileage points, plan ahead, and also, get that travel insurance. And some believe that if you buy your ticket on Tuesday night, you can get the cheapest airfare. Well, the expert I talked to says not always the case, but she does say what you want to think about is talking to a travel advisor. I know a lot of people out there have it.
I don't know if you've seen this, but this is not only a recession indicator, this is actually really scary. The cost of travel right now, specifically air travel right now in this country, is astronomically high. Like, it is extremely high to even get on a plane or book the ticket. And so the fact that there have been so many changes, and now that you won't even get your little pack of cookies, you won't even get your little snack, like, it's actually kind of crazy. I know I'm a Delta girly.
GameStop has been in the news for declining sales, closing hundreds of stores. Now, though, the video game retailer has reportedly made an unsolicited offer to buy eBay. The Wall Street Journal reports the bid is worth around $56 billion.
Man, this place is finished, man. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, infinite glory to Hawa, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the Ruah, the teach what, that tell us the truth. And hearty shalom to all the Akim and Aqua tuning in. Shalom.